So friends, now I hope that you have made your mind to learn HTML to write your own web pages and mark up your HTML documents. Okay, so if that's the case, let's further discuss about setting up our development environment. So what are the things that we're going to need to start developing and writing our HTML codes? We need three things: any personal computer or laptop. Second is a text editor, and third one is your web browser to test and debug your code. Okay, so these are the three necessary things that we are going to need for this tutorial. So I am going to discuss about text editors and web browsers one by one. I'll also take a look at some of the popular IDEs for writing your HTML codes. So don't worry if you are not familiar with these terms like text editors, IDEs and web browsers. Within a minute I am going to explain them all one by one. Okay guys, let's discuss what is a text editor. A text editor is a program that will help you to write your code with smart functionalities like syntax highlighting, line numbers, built-in support for test your code and lots more. Okay, for this video tutorial and for the whole series of these video tutorials, I will be using a brackets text editor, and I'll show you in a minute what is a brackets. So let's discuss about IDEs. So you might have heard about IDEs, which stands for integrated development environments. These are also the tools that will help you to write your code, debug your code and test your code. It also gives you features of version control systems that will help you to maintain the different versions of your code, and so that you don't have to manually copy and paste your code to create backups and modify and commit your changes. Okay, so now let's see what are the tools that we have in our toolbox. So let me open my browser, and here you can see that I am on the home page of Notepad++ text editor website. This is the open source and it has a GPL license, and it is completely free and open source. You can use it by downloading it from here. If you are just starting up, I highly recommend that you use this text editor, and there is no restrictions that what text editor you are going to choose for your development environment. Okay, now let's look at our second text editor that I'm showing you is Sublime Text. Well, this is not a free software. You need to purchase a license for this software, which is Sublime Text, and Sublime Text is one of the most powerful text editor that is used by millions of developers in the world. Sometime I use Sublime Text because I like Sublime Text and it's powerful. You don't have to purchase license for using it free, but I highly recommend that you do so. And yeah, we have another one which is open source text editor, and it is most powerful. I think for me, for my workflow, I choose brackets, and throughout this series, as I told you earlier, that I will be using brackets, and it's true that I will be using brackets. It's convenient for me to write codes inside brackets text editor. It is free, open source and modern text editor for web designers. Okay, so you can choose to use this text editor. Let's look at our next text editor that you can choose to use, which is Atom text editor. It is a hackable text editor for 21st century. What does it mean? Well, it is built in JavaScript, Node and CSS and HTML, so that you can modify anything, any user interface of your this text editor. And you can see that it has lots of features such as line numbering, syntax highlighting, beautiful themes and testing environment. They provide package supports for installing different plugins and extensions, so that you can extend the functionalities of your text editor. And Atom is, I think they call it modern text editor, which is approachable, hackable at the core. Okay, so they say you can customize anything. Wow, it seems great. You can try that out. Some of the features that they say right out of the box: cross platform editing, built-in package manager, smart auto completion, and you can read that everything is here. Now friends, you have seen that what are the text editor that you can choose to write your code. Okay, and now let's discuss about IDEs. So what are the IDEs? IDEs are the smartest and very powerful tools that will give you functionalities more than any text editors that you have available. Sublime Text is getting close to the IDEs, but it is not true that Sublime Text is a IDE, because you can extend Sublime Text functionalities at any level you want. You have lots of community support for the Sublime Text, and you can install a numerous number of plugins and extensions. Honestly speaking, IDEs are the most powerful ones. So friends, again you have lots of choices to choose any text editor or IDEs, and IDEs are the most smartest and powerful. They provide features like version control systems and testing and debugging tools, tracing, etc. They provide better support for auto completion and better syntax highlighting and line numbering, find and replace features, code refactoring, and lot more. Okay, so it depends on you what text editor or IDE you are going to choose, and again you don't have any restrictions. Choose your own and start writing your code. Okay, and last thing that I want to discuss about is our browsers. You can use any browser such as Chrome or Firefox, or if you are on Mac you can try using your Safari browser. Okay, and I think that's all for this tutorial, and in the next video I'll show you how to write your first HTML code, save your file, and test your HTML document. Okay, so guys, hope you like this video, and if you like this video please hit like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and you are going to learn lots of things during this video series of HTML5 development. Bye bye, take care.